Good evening. Youth like Harley and Zemo and their passion for making this a more just world are two of the many reasons that I am thrilled to be involved with GSAFE. My name is Jenny Pressman, this is Jason Rattel, and we are the two co-chairs of the GSAFE Board of Directors. It's our honor to work with all of you, GSAFE staff, volunteers, student planners, and supporters to create safe schools and loving communities in which all of our youth can thrive. The theme of tonight's celebration, We Are the Ones, comes from a poem written by June Jordan in 1978. June was a poet, an activist, and a teacher. She was a passionate and influential voice for liberation of all peoples who lived and wrote on the forefront of poetry, political vision, and moral witness, and who insisted that LGBTQ rights be inseparable from other civil rights. June wrote the poem, a poem for South African women, to commemorate the protest in 1956 by thousands of black women and children in South Africa who were forced to carry identity passbooks wherever they went. This was a way to segregate and to restrict their movements. The poem ends with the now famous words used by some politicians, "We are the ones we have been waiting for." We felt that those words beautifully conveyed our belief that LGBTQ youth, supported by GSAFE and other allies here tonight, are the ones who can best speak out for their rights and their ability to fully and openly be who they are and love who they are. I'd like to acknowledge, thank you. I'd like to acknowledge some of the elected advocates for fairness and allies to LGBTQ youth who are with us here tonight. From the Wisconsin State Legislature, State Representatives Mark Pacan and Chris Taylor. Thank you, Mark and Chris. And also former Representative David Klarenbach. From the Madison Metropolitan School District, Superintendent of Schools Dan Narad, and past Board of Education members Joanne Elder and Bill Keys. Thank you. From the Middleton Cross Plains Board of Education School District, the President of the Board, Ellen Lindgren. And from the Dane County Board of Supervisors, there is a whole crew here tonight. Dane County Board Chair Scott McDonald. And I'm just going to read all of their names. And supervisors, Jenny Dye, Chuck Erickson, Diane Hesselbein, Patrick Miles, Jeff Pertel, Kyle Richmond, Melissa Sargent, Robin Schmidt, and Nick Zweifel, and former supervisor Dick Wagner. Thank you very much for being here. Jason and I are very pleased, and thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate some truly remarkable young people and community leaders. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to give a shout out to our major sponsors by name. Specifically, we'd like to thank our premier sponsor, Purple Moon Foundation. And as we appreciate all of our sponsors and silent auction donors this evening, please rise to be acknowledged. Our diamond level sponsors, CDW, Chuck Moyer, Penzies Spices, UW Health, and Wortman Chandler Appraisal Associates. For our silent auction donors this evening, their support truly makes our work possible. Please frequent organizations that support safe schools for LGBTQ youth. We especially want to thank our table captains. Thank you, table captains, for introducing us to your friends, your family, your co-workers, your teammates, and your peers. We are truly grateful for the work you did to bring together such a large and amazing group. Tonight, we are bursting at the seams.
Before we go, we would like to acknowledge the people who work so hard on behalf of GSAFE, who've helped with this event, and who work diligently to make all schools safe for LGBTQ and all students. So I'd like to invite to stand, and then we can clap all at once. The GSAFE board. Can I ask the GSAFE board members to stand up, please? GSAFE volunteers. GSAFE staff, please stand. And last but never least, GSAFE student planners and all of the youth here tonight with us. Please stand. Thank you.
As we conclude our opening welcome and thank yous, I'd like to welcome our GSAFE co-directors, Kristen Petrocius and Brian Jukums, to the stage. Put your hands together, folks.